he brought his students to help us redesign this facility to make it something that could be used by the community. And he and I got to be friends, and I used to follow him around Philadelphia and going around in the backyards and up alleys. And he would take photographs, and he got us to take photographs and make drawings. And here I was, this tall, skinny African-American, and here's a short guy with a Yiddish or German accent, and people thought we were with the CIA, I think. And he would say, look how beautiful this is. You know, he would tell us about these trees that everybody thought were weeds. And, you know, he taught me to see. But he also taught a whole generation of architects and planners and landscape architects to see. Because at that moment, the wrecking ball was destroying everything in North Philadelphia. And if you go to North Philadelphia now, there's 30,000 vacant properties, and it's really horrible what happened there. But Karl made a huge effort to try to reclaim those places and reclaim them in collaboration with community. And we worked during the early 1960s trying to find ways to build bridges between the emerging civil rights movement and the emerging field of environmental design. And when I worked with Karl, I kind of got the idea that he was trying to change the profession that we were in. This was a moment when I was just starting with my professional career, and he was trying to change the professions of architecture. In fact, he did pioneer in creating the first community design centers in the country, which then spread to many, many communities around. And he built many of these commons. He pioneered in what became the Domestic Peace Corps. But then there was a continuing paradox for Karl, because even as he was committed to building these commons in these African-American communities in the early days of the civil rights movement, he found himself in a sort of ambiguous position as the sort of Black Power movement began to emerge, and as African-Americans were feeling their own sense of need for identity. So he was a helping person, but he also was again in a marginalized position. And he brought this tradition, which he called urban barn raising, to our communities. But there was something I didn't really fully understand until actually I was working on this book, that Karl was not only trying to change, he was not only trying to change the professions of planning and architecture and landscape architecture, he was also trying to change social movements. He was trying to help us understand how the environment should be an integral part of our social movements. He was trying to create a new repertoire, a new capacity among folks who are organizing for social change.